Hey guys, QuinntonTV here and welcome to a brand new video where today we are back with another episode of Halo Infinite in depth. And it's been a while. That is literally just because Halo Infinite news, there's kind of not been a lot of it over the last few weeks and in fact months at this point. I think the last video I made was sometime in August or September. I can't even remember at this point. I did have a look at it just to try and remember what the style of this video was because I was kind of clueless that it had been that long. But yeah, today is going to be a juicy video of Halo Infinite in depth because we have a hell of a lot of news. So I want to try and make this as short a video as possible and not take up too much of your guys' time. So we're not going to, mess around with too many long intros. But other than that, I recommend that you guys, if you're a really big fan of Halo content and you like gaming in general, say if you like Minecraft, because I am doing that at the moment, make sure you go and check out my channel. I'm pretty sure it will be as a link down in the description. So make sure you go check that out, subscribe. We're almost at 30 subscribers over there. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys went and dropped a sub and, just left some support. But anyway, other than that, we're going to get straight in to the Halo Infinite news. So the first and major piece of news we're going to be talking about today is that 343 has officially announced the release window, not the release date, the release window for Halo Infinite. And a lot of people were kind of debating about this in the Halo community. People were going to be saying, oh, it'll be spring 2021. And a lot of people were saying it would be fall 2021. Personally, I was on the side of fall 2021. And it turns out we were right. And 343 had this to say on Twitter. As 343 Day draws to a close, we're excited to offer a closer look at Halo Infinite development and share our updated launch window of fall 2021. Read more in the first Inside Infinite, which was over on Halo Waypoint and where I got most of my information from for this video. But as you can see, Halo Infinite has officially been confirmed for fall 2021, which is really good. I'm excited that it was fall. That means they have even more time to work on Halo Infinite, which is always good. We want the game to be nice and polished. We want everything to work properly. We don't want bugs. We don't want a repeat of Black Ops Cold War where everything fucking breaks your console. Like, honestly, Black Ops Cold War at this point in time has a lot of problems. Let's hope Halo Infinite does not launch in a similar state, because that would definitely put a lot of people off the game, which is not a great thing. And since 343 are doing so much to encourage new players, it would really be a shame if there's so many issues on launch day that it's basically unplayable. So the next topic I quickly want to talk about is the fact that we got our first look at a multiplayer map. And that is this one on screen right here. Now, this looks pretty damn good. You can see a Spartan in the right-hand side of the image, but it looks absolutely insane in terms of graphics. Like, this is what we expected for Halo Infinite. Not that campaign demo where everything was popping in and out. We wanted something like this with bright colours, lots of like dynamic light and stuff. I fucking love this image. I'm just going to say that here. You can see quite a lot in this image. Obviously, if you look in the bottom next to the thing that looks kind of like a generator, you can see what looks like active camo as like a spawn weapon pad sort of thing. Just have like an active camo spawn pad down here, and then if you look up in the top, like slightly below the window, you kind of have to like really be looking to see it, but there is actually a weapon pad on that little balcony up there. I can't exactly make out what weapon it is, but that is a weapon pad, so we can officially confirm that in Halo 5 multiplayer, we will have weapon pads and the equipment pads, which is really cool. The map itself, I can't really tell you too much about. We don't know its name, we don't know the full layout, but it kind of gives me a little bit of that Halo 3 map vibes. I can never remember what the map is called, but it's giving me those sort of vibes. Okay, I figured it out now. It reminds me a little bit of the pit from Halo 3. Now, I'm not sure if it's like a remake. I highly doubt it. It looks a bit too different to be a remake. It could be like a reimagining, but I highly doubt this is anything to do with the pit. It just, it's kind of giving me those little vibes, and that's all I really wanted to say for this segment, so we're going to move on to the next one. So this next part is coming from Halo Waypoint. If you want to go and check out the full article, I will try to remember, I say try, I'll try to remember to put it as a link down in the description so you guys can go and give it a watch. Because it's give it a watch, Jesus Christ, I'm losing it today. Give it a read because it's actually pretty damn informative. There's a lot of stuff that I kind of like neglected in a way because I didn't think it was so important in updates. But if you want to know all the nitty gritty details, I recommend you go and look on Halo Waypoint. So most of this is just going to be read straight from Halo Waypoint. If you want to go and check out the full article, I'll try and leave it down below, as I said. It's just a better way for you guys to, you know, actually kind of like visualize the stuff. Unfortunately, 343 did not give us any images to, you know, kind of update us on how the game looks other than the multiplayer map. But we can just, you know, listen to what they've said and hope for the best, really. The primary goal for the campaign demo in July was showing Halo Infinite gameplay for the first time. While that aspect generally landed as we wanted, the reality is that the art and visuals weren't at the bar we hold for Halo, even a work-in-progress state. Most of the feedback we heard from the community aligned with our own views and work. We are still already committed to doing around things like indirect lighting, material response, foliage and tree rendering, clouds, level of detail transitions, and character fidelity. Still, the feedback was humbling, and it also pushed us to look at an additional opportunities for improvement. Now, one thing that I noticed with the Halo Infinite gameplay demo in August was the sheer amount of popping. So if you don't know what I'm referring to, it's like when you get out of a certain distance in a video game and you can see things start to like despawn, and obviously that works in the inverse. If you're coming into that, you see things start to pop in and out. Like the distance for that in the Halo Infinite trailer was absolutely appalling. Like you could see everything popping in and out in that scene, especially with the elevator. Oh my god, it was horrendous. But the fact that they've said level of detail transitions, which hopefully means they're going to be improving on going around the environment, and hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing will be popping in and out causing me to have a fucking seizure. July was indeed a very much work in progress slice of the technology, and a reasonable set of key features from global illumination and dynamic time of day to GPU driven rendering and variable rate shading were all in active development. Much of the graphics team capacity, along with that of some of the key technical artists, was focused on achieving high resolution and performance leading up to the demo, which meant several of these features didn't quite get the level of polish and bug fixing that they were warranted. Visual fidelity is a very important goal for Halo Infinite, and the graphics and art team have been continuing aspiring and working closely with each other to create the best looking Halo game ever. I definitely want to acknowledge the input that we have got from the Halo community and our fanbase, staying open to critical feedback and looking at areas where we can learn and do better is an inherent part of our culture at 343. What this is basically saying is that a lot of the features, such as variable rate shading and GPU driven rendering, were also in development at the time the demo was being done. However, they had to focus on trying to get the high performance and high resolution from the demo to ensure that, you know, the game on the demo would run properly and at a high resolution. Now, they basically sacrificed these features to ensure this, which probably in the long term wasn't that as good an idea. They could have easily just said, okay, so the resolution's 1080p, the performance is at 60 still, and that's all you're going to have to deal with, because that's pretty much what we got for the reveal. Obviously it was 4K 60 FPS for the people who could actually watch it in that resolution, but I think if they just said, okay, the demo is going to be in 1080p, but the full game's going to be in 4K, they could have easily, you know, implemented some of these features. Maybe not all of them. They might have only got from, like, you know, global illumination or something like that. But we would have still been assured that these features were coming, and, you know, they will be in the game in the future. I don't understand why 343 hasn't made this statement sooner. And it's also good that they've been taking feedback from the fans. Of course, every developer should do that. Fucking Treyarch needs to learn to do that and fix their fucking game. But 343 have been doing a good job. They did a good job with MCC, they did a good job with Halo 5, so I'm pretty confident that they're going to do the right thing. They obviously have been trying to implement many more of these features after the demo so that fans will be happy with the game once it fully launches in fall 2021. Man, it feels weird saying that. So, 343 confirmed on Halo Waypoint that the... Oh my god, I hate trying to say this, because either way, I've heard people pronounce it as SPNKr or SPNKr. Either way, it sounds extremely wrong, and I hate saying it. But I'm going to just call it the SPNKr for now. So the SPNKr has been revealed. The old SPNKr that you can see in this gameplay is back in Halo Infinite. None of that crappy Halo 5 rocket launcher thing. Even though I did kind of like the Halo 5 rocket launcher, I do definitely prefer the SPNKr just because of how classic it is. And obviously it's been there since Halo 1. Most people get really nostalgic when they see this weapon design, so I'm pretty sure 343, it was evident that they were going to bring this back because it's just so nostalgic, and Halo Infinite is trying to be a cross between new Halo and nostalgic Halo, so it makes sense. Now, that is the design for the SPNKr on straight. The SPNKr, Jesus Christ, I hate saying it. The SPNKr. This is the design for the SPNKr on screen right now. As you can see, it's got some like nice little orange bits on it. It looks very much like a classic SPNKr, but with little bits of orange on it, which look pretty damn cool. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you guys is this, the brand new Halo Infinite Sniper Rifle. Well, I say brand new, it's kind of like a hybrid in my opinion. I looked at this and I'm like, oh shit, the Halo 4 Sniper Rifle is back, because I really am not a fan of the Halo 4 Sniper Rifle. I definitely prefer the Halo Reach one, especially with the scope, and also the Halo 2 Anniversary scope. I absolutely love those iterations of the Sniper Rifle. If they would be the only iterations of the Sniper Rifle, I'd be pretty damn happy. But this one, on further inspection, actually looks like a cross between the Halo 4 Sniper Rifle in its like body and all that, and the Reach Sniper Rifle, if I'd say so myself. Like, the scope on the Sniper Rifle really doesn't look like the Halo 4 one, thank fucking god. And the bipod looks a bit like a Halo Reach one, while the base of the weapon and like the, you know, how you'd prime it, they all look very Halo 4-esque, which were parts of the rifle I did not mind. I actually really do like this design. If it's got the Halo Reach scope, I will be extra happy, and it would make my decade, actually, considering this is going to be a 10-year game. But yeah, those are the two weapon designs that they've announced so far. I'll try and keep you guys posted with more weapons designs as they come out. Obviously, we don't have the full weapon count for Halo Infinite yet, but once we do, I'll be sure to give you guys an update when that comes out. So probably one of the most controversial things about Halo Infinite was the replacement of the two-tone armor system with these armor coatings. Now, on a Halo Waypoint, it says this: you mentioned coatings specifically, which have turned some heads over the past few weeks, so let's talk about those a bit more. Can you elaborate on what coatings are and why they're in Halo Infinite? Yes, the coating system is something that the live team and our 3D artists designed directly after Halo 5 and is part of the overall customization picture. In previous Halo titles, we had a series of inputs that were simple RGBs in primary and secondary channels. For Halo Infinite, we didn't feel that flat colours in a singular pattern were good enough. The coating system allows us to define colour, wear and tear, patterns and materials on a region by region basis on the Spartan or anything in the game, be it armour, weapons or vehicles. Or even the environmental elements like fuel barrels. I get to our design vision. We need to make an exceedingly difficult decision to move away from a system that was in the game from the early days, primary and secondary colour. The decision was not made lightly, but it has laid the foundation for greater detail and variation when it comes to colour customization. In addition to getting better variation, we can also create coatings much faster than we create weapon skins in Halo 5, which allow for us even better variation over time. Additionally, with coatings now being our customization option, we can also use them as rewards for player accomplishments, or even create bespoke ones for certain occasions. Lastly, coatings use similar digital footprint and let us add new ones to the game without massive patch or taking up tons of disk space, which was learning from Halo 5. We have looked at the system and we understand the concern. On our recent value balancing pass, which was a direct result of community feedback around coatings, we have looked hard at how many coatings are in the starting set and how many and of what quality are unlocked via engagement versus other systems. Coatings are one part of the customization picture, but we all feel we will hit our goal for player representation by offering more possibilities across the entire system. While this does mean losing some player control, it increases the depth of customizations that we can achieve internally and that you can ultimately show off publicly. Now, some of this has me a little bit worried. The fact that it says losing some player control, like, I don't understand exactly what that means, to be honest, but the fact that we can no longer have this, this two-tone system of a primary and secondary colour, like, I'm not too particularly bothered, because what I'm thinking with this armour coating stuff is that, say for example, you wanted to have a red torso and a purple helmet, but you wanted the torso to be a lot more worn than the helmet. That's what I'm thinking this whole armour coating thing is about. However, I'd only really have a problem with armour coatings is if they're in, like, rec packs and shit, because in Halo 5, I have, like, 4 pieces of armour or some shit like that for each, like, category, which is, like, torso and head. But, honestly, why can't we just earn them through gameplay like in Halo 4, Halo Reach, and literally every other fucking Halo game? I don't understand why we have to pay for shit, which hopefully, fingers crossed, in Halo Infinite, we won't have to do. So now that we talked about armor coatings, we're going to talk about armor customization. So a lot of people are really excited about this. I personally am, because a while ago it has been said that Halo Reach level customization will be in Halo Infinite. Now, Halo Reach had some of the best armor customization in Halo. You could pick individual pieces of armor and mix and match them to make your own little Spartan. Now, this apparently is coming back in Halo Infinite, but I'm just going to read to you real quick from Halo Waypoint. Thank you for providing some extra insight there. I'm so excited to see how the coating system can benefit armor, weapon, and vehicle customization. Now, speaking of armor customization options, we've teased Halo Reach levels of armor customization before. Can you tell us what they actually mean in regards to Halo Infinite armor? One way to look at armor inventory systems is to look at their breadth and depth. How many things can I customize and how many choices within it do I have? Reach allow the player a lot of individual customization types on a single armor suit, with each type having many options. We knew we had to return to that level, but also do more. To me, Reach customization is both the options, helmet attachment, left shoulder pad, right shoulder pad, as well as the number of individual assets. To dial it in a little, the geo that could be changed or added to in Reach was helmet attachment, chest gear, shoulder pads, left and right, knee guards, wrist gear, and utility, as well as visor colour. These will all be back, and we will go further. Personally, I have always loved visors, and we have a surprise to show soon. I understand that there is a level of being vague that is unconscionable, and I am riding that line hard, but we do want to save some surprises for later. Now that is interesting. We have basically all the stuff in Halo Reach coming back, and more. I'm very excited to see what they mean by and more. Like, obviously we had, like, armor attachments. Maybe those are going to be a thing, but in more, like, depth, I guess. Maybe you could have, like, honestly, if they bring back the katana from Halo 3, I would be extremely happy. But if you can have, like, things on your back, like in Fortnite, I think that would actually be really cool. And, like, other things, maybe, I don't know, maybe, like, a cape, a cloak, all sorts of shit like that. Maybe if you can just completely customize your Spartan, like, you know how Master Chief was in the original Halo 5 teaser? If you could recreate that for your own Spartan, how fucking cool would that be? Like, genuinely, that would be one of the coolest things you could do in Halo. And in fact, any video game ever, you can just make any of your own Spartan outfits and play in the game with them. I think that would be fucking insane. And next-gen technology could actually make it really damn cool. But anyway, before we go down the rabbit hole, we have one more topic to talk about. And it's a bit of a light-hearted one. And I'm going to let you guys just enjoy it. So I did say this was going to be a bit of a light-hearted one, which it kind of is. but also it is to do with the whole improvements to fidelity and graphics. So speaking of improvements on the art/content design, one big outcome from our demo was the emergence of the now world-renowned Craig. While we in the internet have come to love dear Craig, we know he wasn't at his best self back in July. Can you give us some updates on Craig as he stands today? Firstly, I can confirm that the facial animation on NPCs was not fully implemented in that build, which resulted in Craig's incredibly deadpan/lifeless look. All characters are modelled in a neutral pose prior to blend shapes and animation being applied, so poor old Craig was never intended to be seen in that condition, which is not something that was evident during the gameplay. It was only later in the close-up freeze frame of one of his bad moments where it came to light and the legend of Craig was born. It's been further work done on the material fidelity and more variety added to Brute's face. We're also working to add some hairdos and beards, which was something we had forgotten to do in July. So whilst we have come to love our dear old Craig, he's certainly undergoing a significant makeover. So rest in peace, Craig. He's gone, but not forgotten. We will never forget you, my friend. But I find it quite cool that the kind of like making Halo brutes look a lot like the Halo 2 brutes. Basically, if you look at Tartarus from Halo 2, he's pretty damn fuzzy, the dude. Like, honestly, if you look at, I think it's Atriox, one of the main bad guys in Halo Wars 2, and even Escharum has a bit of facial hair himself. I thought that the bald brutes were going to be like of a lower class almost of brutes, but apparently they're going to be adding some hair and beards and stuff like that to make them feel more like the classic brutes, which I'm super happy about. But anyway, I am going to close out the video and let you guys see some of the armor that Halo 343 has published, and here they are. So this armor you're seeing here is called the Scorpion Punch armor, and it kind of reminds me of Star Wars Stormtroopers. Like, honestly, it's kind of got like that whole facial structure with a helmet that kind of is giving me like Stormtrooper vibes. Hopefully, when you're going up against people with this armor on, they can actually shoot straight, unlike Stormtroopers, but you never know with some the modern state of Halo Online. But yeah, this actually does look pretty cool. The only thing I'm not too much of a fan of is the helmet. Like, I'm very much into simplistic helmets. I really like the default helmet you usually get in Halo, and I really like the Master Chief's helmet. That is just fucking great. Honestly, if they don't really need to do anything else with helmets, in my opinion. I started using the EVA on like Halo Reach, and I did it in Halo 4 as well, but they're not some of my favourite helmets. Obviously, I really like the Recruit and the Air Assault from Halo 4 and 5. Obviously, I never unlocked it in Halo 5 because you have to fucking spend 12 grand to actually get it. But the next one we're going to look at is the Watchdog armor coating. Now, this one looks actually pretty damn good. The helmet is definitely of an improvement there. You can see an armor coating there on the BR. It looks pretty damn cool. And it's kind of like a metallic silver and a red theme, which looks really damn cool. It's kind of got like a reddy orange visor. So I'm honestly so much looking forward to Halo Infinite's armor customization. I can't wait to learn more. We might actually learn more into the new year at this point, so I don't think there'll be another Halo Infinite in-depth video for a while. But other than that, that is going to be the end of today's video here. Make sure you go and subscribe to Halo Zone, and if not, go and subscribe to my main channel, which should be as a link down in the description. I make Halo videos, I make Minecraft videos, I make Call of Duty videos, so if that interests you, I recommend you go and check it out. But anyway, this has been QuinntonTV, so go and subscribe to Halo Zone, and I will see you hopefully with another Halo in depth relatively soon.